So what's going on, guys? I am here by myself alone in the car, and I figured it would be the best place to have this conversation. So before I even get involved into this video and tell you the story of how, you know, your boy got accused of kidnapping, and I'll show you all the video footage that I have, I do want to state that I do know that human trafficking when it comes to women and children is a real thing. In the United States alone, there's 15,000 to 50,000 women and children who get involved in sex trafficking every single year. That's only in the United States. So worldwide, you know, you could start getting into the millions of people. And unfortunately, that is a real thing. Part of me understands why you have people out there who would call the police on individuals when they suspect that maybe there can be some kind of trafficking or kidnapping or whatever the case may be involved. But with all that being said, like, I am, how do I put it? I am a firm believer in, like, we should look out for each other. You know, when it comes to, like, bless somebody today, like, I really believe that is not only monetarily, and I always say that you want to look out for each other. That's part of the blessings. So for the lady who looked at me and my family and identified me as a kidnapper and my daughter Izzy under distress and my son, so the call was, and I'm gonna try to get the 911 footage as well, and hopefully I can get that soon, but the call that was brought to me was that the lady saw Izzy just very quiet. She wasn't talking, and, you know, that she was scared that Izzy was kidnapped. You know, I had my baby boy there. There was no concern about him at all. My baby boy was a mixed child. But also in the restaurant we went to, it's called Eggs Up, and it's in Columbia, South Carolina. And at Eggs Up Grill, they have a bunch of TVs in Eggs Up. And Izzy is autistic, so the way that she moves and carries herself is completely different from any other child that I've personally experienced, besides other child with similar, I don't even want to call it a disability, but similar traits. That's the best word, with similar traits. So Izzy sometimes, you know, she's very quiet naturally. You know, she'll go in her room and just do her own thing, and if she wants to come out and chill with you, she'll do that. But naturally, she's just very quiet, and she just, like I said, does her own thing. So when we got to the restaurant, Disney's Moana was on. That's one of her favorite movies. I personally don't like Moana. Never even seen the whole movie all the way through, but whatever, that's a whole another subject. But Disney's Moana was on, so when we got there, we ordered the food. She had a little menu. She saw Moana was on TV, so she was just watching Moana. I was just hanging with the baby. I think I was feeding the baby, pre-feeding the baby, and giving him some water or something like that, or whatever the case may be. But we were just sitting there just minding our business. Now, I did see there was another lady talking to the couple of the lady who reported me. I saw them talking about us specifically because one of the ladies sitting next to the lady who reported me was like, "The baby's mixed though." And then she was like, "I don't know." I saw those words come out of her mouth. I don't know the previous conversation that they were having before all that, but I saw them talking about us, and I was just looking at them, and she was looking at me, but she never said anything to me. So we're sitting down, and I see a cop pull up. I'm not even thinking the cop's for me at all, man. Like, not at all. So the cop pull up. I see the cop outside. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on outside. I thought there was some kind of confrontation or something, but I guess there wasn't. Apparently, they were there for me. So the cop was out there for a good 10-15 minutes. And then finally, I saw him come in the restaurant. Well, I didn't see him come in the restaurant. I looked to my left, and a cop was approaching me and my table, and I knew he was coming straight to me. At this point in time, I honestly didn't know what he wanted, but I was like, man, let me start recording to see exactly what this is about, because we know what we already know nowadays, how cops are. I was kind of recording just to have evidence of, just in case he said anything kind of slick or crazy, man. And before I really get into finish the story, the cop that came, his name is hulkrilla, and he's on TikTok. This man has like 2.2 million followers. I don't know none of this at the time. It's so crazy how the universe sends certain people at certain times. Any cop could have came in that situation. We know, like, if you got called to a kidnapping, just imagine if you're a cop and you got called to a kidnapping, you're thinking, oh my God, I got to get there. And you're probably going to be overly aggressive with somebody who you think just kidnapped a kid. And let's be real, Izzy is, when you look at Izzy's complexion, she's pretty much white. She has a little bit Mexican in her and a little bit Indian, but you would never tell. She's just a white kid on the outside. So that's what the call was received, that there was a white kid. Now my son, he's mixed. You know that he's mixed. It's common sense. But there was no concern for my mixed child. He didn't get kidnapped. Only Izzy was the one that got reported that was being kidnapped. But anyways, the cop approached me. I started my camera and started recording, and he takes me outside, and then this what happens.
What's up, man? You know, it's real dumb and real believing that. I guess somebody said they was concerned about the baby and I guess the little girl because it was like she was terrified of just sitting there and just being there. And I was just pretty much, bro. Listen, I sit out here like 15 minutes debating if I was gonna even bring it up and even bother you, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it was like I might as well just replace it. It wasn't gonna hurt for me to chat with you and ask. You ain't had to chat with me, you ain't do none of that. But I mean, I think it's dumb for me to ask, but is she kidding you or something like that?
Yeah, that's my daughter. This is my son.
Okay.
So it's like. So unfortunately, right there, I had to stop recording because I had to show him pictures of Izzy on my Instagram. And if you go on my Instagram, I really don't have like a lot of family pictures or anything like that. It's mainly Prison2Profit, like my business and stuff like that. But every now and then I will sprinkle pictures of, you know, my family on Instagram. So, you know, luckily I had some pictures of Izzy on Instagram. You know, I called Izzy's sister, or I'm sorry, I called Katie's sister trying to get in touch with Katie because I couldn't get in touch with Katie. It's just like one of them situations like, oh my God, man. And then I'm feeling like, man, honestly, I'm feeling embarrassed, you know. It's like, man, in my thoughts, I don't care what anybody says. You know, when you hear like a white woman calling on a black man and they were protecting the white child, I get it, man. Like, you want to protect the children, I get that. But the fact that you would think that I, a black man, is going to take a child that I kidnapped to a public restaurant during like prime time hours, man, prime time hours. It's not like it was like late. I was trying to be discreet. I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we went to a restaurant in the public in prime time hours. I have a mixed child. Shouldn't that let you know, if I have a mixed child, that maybe their mother is white? It's just a possibility that their mother's skin tone has white in it. It's just, maybe that should be a thought that comes to your head. Like, again, I am all for protecting the children, man, and I don't want to come across like I don't want people to, like, you know, care for children if they see them in distress. But Izzy wasn't giving a distress signal. She was just off in her own little world watching her little Disney Moana thing. And it's like, why would you call the cops on me, man? Like that, I'm not gonna lie, it's hurtful, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts my pride. Getting walked out in a restaurant, a cop coming up to you with a bunch of people just looking, and you getting pulled out. Man, guys, you know that y'all have no idea. Like, that's just embarrassing in itself, especially like with my history being, you know, in cuffs so many times, man. You never know with these cops, man. You never fucking know with these cops. Like, they will easily just arrest you for no reason. I've been arrested for no reason several times, man. And then I have my kid there. What would I have done if they just would have, we have to take you downtown? What would my kids have done? See, there's so much that goes into like just me being harassed by the cops, and it's not the cops' fault. So when I say being harassed by the cops, it's the person who took the thought in their mind that I kidnapped this little girl because I took her to this public place. And man, it's so hurtful and just on so many levels. And the cop, he, like I said, after it was all said and done, man, like he came up to me because after he talked to me, I went in and just paid for my meal, man, because I was so embarrassed, man. I was like, I cannot believe these people think I would kidnap a kid, man, and call the cops on me in this restaurant. Like, and everybody's just like, just looking because they don't know what's really going on at the end of the day. But man, before I get too emotional, man, I'm gonna like just kind of just stop talking. And I will say, man, I am so thankful for hulkrilla who showed up, man, and his partner. I guess it wasn't his partner, it was just another cop who showed up, his backup. But I think about how many interactions I've had with the police, man. Like I've literally been threatened by the police, pulled to the side of the road when I'm already in handcuffs, and the cop was like, you know, try to get out and do something, or get out and run, or buck, or something like that. And you know, he is basically threatening my life. Like I've been in situations like that, man. So y'all don't understand. And I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comments, you know, oh, how do you know it's racism, man? Come on, man. Like, there's certain situations, like, you just kind of know, you know, like you just kind of know, you just kind of know, you know, you just kind of know. If I'm wrong, it is what it is. You know, I do apologize, and I'll apologize, and I'll be a man and apologizing. But there was some little shred of racism in that. The lady saw what she saw and then just assumed that I kidnapped her and just called the cops on me, man. That is, oh man, like I said, that's just beyond embarrassing. That's beyond embarrassing for my family. Now what's Izzy supposed to think? You know, like when it comes to like the police and coming, even to me, what does she think of me? You know, like, I don't know even how to explain it. Like, now, you know, like, she already knows I've been to jail before and stuff like that. And then obviously she knows about 60 days in. I really don't know if she computes that it was just like me going in, even though it was really jail, like I didn't commit a crime. But then she knows that I committed a crime in my past too. Man, there's so much that goes along with how I'm feeling with this whole thing, man. Like, I've already had previous thoughts, like when I go out in public, like what do people think when they see me and Izzy sometimes just go out by ourselves? You know, sometimes I don't have a baby and it's just me and Izzy. And what are people thinking? You know, so many just random thoughts. I don't know. And then now that it's like my worst thoughts came true, you know? People thought that, you know, it's sad, man. And I'm not trying to break down, man, because I do get emotional, man. And I wear like a lot of my emotions on my sleeve, man. This is just put me in a place where I just don't like it, man. And made me question a lot of things, man. A lot of things, you know? Society, a lot too, man. Like, I don't know, man. And, you know, when I put these videos out, it's really not a woe is me type video. It's more of like awareness, man. It's like this stuff still goes on today. Like, people are still getting, like, it's harassment, man. Like, I can't enjoy a meal without people looking at me, or not even me, just, I mean, if you go on my TikTok and you read some of the comments, this happens all the time. And I wonder how many times do false reports happen where people get called because, you know, a mixed race is out with their lighter sibling and they think they've been kidnapped or something. You get the comments all the time, man. And it's just, it's mind-blowing, man. I thought I put my video out for awareness, but it's happening all the time, man. And it's just, you know, life goes on, yeah, but it's kind of sad, man. It's tragic, and it affects people more than you think, you know. Like I said, when you gotta think about Izzy, you know. Luckily my baby, he don't even know what's going on. He's just looking like, what's going on, Dad, you know. And then Katie, what's going on with her, you know, how she's, you know, dealing with it, you know, worrying about, oh man, like now every time my black boyfriend leaves with my child, he has to worry about, like, now I have to get called. What if he gets picked up and they, you know what I'm saying, detain my child? Now I have to travel. Like, there's so much that goes along with just, you know, it's just a slight inconvenience. Yet they were just protecting Izzy. I get that, man. Like, I get they were protecting Izzy, man. And I'm not trying to be like look down on that part or that, like that. I want us to look out for each other, man, but sometimes I want us to use common sense. There was no need, man, no need for me to be harassed by no cops, man. I'm grateful for hulkrilla, man, and he made his own little version of the events that happened. He asked me about all that. He saw me walking to my car. He came and walked to my car and was like, yo man, let me pay for your meal. And I was like, nah man, like you don't have to do that. And he just really insisted that he wanted to pay for my meal. And I was like, nah man, like you don't have to do that at all, you know what I'm saying? And then he told me like he was on TikTok or something like that, and like he was just like, you know, an influencer, and he really would like to tell that story or whatever. And I was like, yeah, of course, most definitely. I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? I did 60 days in, and I was probably gonna drop the story too, because I did start recording as soon as the police pulled me out. So yeah, go just check out his version of events, man, if you want to see the police side of the story. Yeah, man, it's crazy from all reports, man. And I wish, like I said, I wish I could have recorded the entire event, but unfortunately I had to like prove my innocence. And I know I didn't have to, but I wanted to. Like I really wanted to ease the police minds. Like I didn't want them thinking, oh, we let one go who possibly could have been a kidnapper. Like I didn't want them thinking that either. So I wanted to give them all of the signs of, hey, yeah, this is definitely his guardian. That's who he's supposed to be with. You know, I even lied to the cops. I was like, that's my daughter. Like that, technically I lied. That's, you know, that she's my guardian, but I mean, since day one, that's been my daughter, man. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But anyways, I see another cop pulling up in the gas station, and it's crazy. I saw them in my rear view, man, and like, they're probably just getting gas or something. They just make me nervous. They just make me nervous, man. But so I'm gonna go ahead and just end this video. Yeah, guys, make sure that you bless somebody today, man, and let's just use more common sense. You know, when we see people out there, let's just use more common sense. And I'm already prepared for the comments that's gonna say, oh, it probably wasn't racism. Oh, she was protecting the kid. I'm prepared for those comments. And to those of you, I say, again, I'll just go back to the word common sense, man. Just the environment that we were in, the situation, the time of day, what day was it, you know, just all of that. Just play that in a role. What we were, how we were dressed, just all of it. Like none of it was really signs of distress. I will say this, there was a point where Izzy gave the baby water out of a sippy cup without asking, and I was like, Izzy, don't do that. You know, you need to ask first before you give the baby water. And that was it. So I mean, so what? I mean, I don't know. Oh man, that's it. That's the story, man. But yeah, we had our pancakes. We were sitting there eating, chilling. I asked her if her pancakes was good. Let her order what she wanted to order. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's not. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. This affected me, guys. I mean, it really did. It really did. But anyways, make sure that you bless somebody today, because I'm gonna bless somebody tomorrow. But at this point in time, your boy Tay, I'm out.